most of week 3 is in the books now. I'm recording this on Sunday night, so as of now I have gone 9-5 on my predictions so far. So a bit shaky compared to my stellar week 1. But if I get my Monday predictions right, I'll still finish with a solid 11-5. Anyways, on to week 3, where we'll be starting with the Dolphins at the Bills on Thursday Night Football. And I've said previously that I've been pretty nice to the Dolphins, but they just aren't good. The Dolphins are terrible, and truthfully, I probably would have picked them to lose against most teams, but against Buffalo, it's gonna be a hard watch. I'm taking the Bills 31-14. Next up is the Bengals at the Vikings. Let's address the elephant in the room first. Joe Burrow's injury is definitely something to consider, to say the least. Of course, Jake Browning was still able to pick up the win against Jacksonville, despite 3 interceptions. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. And yet despite that, and the Vikings completely shitting all over themselves on Sunday night, I'm actually going to roll with Minnesota here. I just don't see the Bengals starting 3-0, especially without Joe Burrow. And even though the Vikings really did look flat, I'm not ready to entirely count them out just yet. I think the Vikings win ugly, 23-20. Now for the Texans at the Jaguars, and this game's a little tricky because, as I mentioned, I'm recording this Sunday night, so the Texans haven't played their Week 2 game yet. But I certainly haven't been impressed with the Texans so far, and while the Jaguars certainly haven't been good either, they've also not been that bad. And given that this game is played in Jacksonville, I'm gonna roll with the Jaguars here. I'm picking Jacksonville in this one, 26-24. And next up is the Colts at the Titans. And I truly don't know how, but the Colts are 2-0. The Titans are coming off of another loss, but Cam Ward got his first touchdown pass. And I'm sorry, but there's just no way that Daniel Jones and the Colts start 3-0. I just don't believe it. I think they come back down to earth as the Titans win 23-21. Now for the Raiders at the Commanders. And just like the Texans, the Raiders haven't played yet at the time I'm recording this video. But also much like the Texans, I expect them to lose. The Commanders aren't doing too hot either though. They're still a good team, but as I expected heading into the year, they've noticeably regressed. Although I still think the Commanders pick up the win here, 26-23. Now for the Rams at the Eagles, and the Rams are a very hollow 2-0, whereas the Eagles, surprise, look like one of the best teams in the league. I don't have a lot to say for this one. I think the Eagles win it 27-21. Next up is the Falcons at the Panthers. And the Panthers looked better than week 1, but they still came away with a loss. Meanwhile, the Falcons once again looked solid. Maybe not what I'd call impressive, but solid. I think the Falcons go into Carolina and win 27-24. And now for the Steelers at the Patriots. Patriots picked up a big win while the Steelers fell to Seattle. Although, even as a Seahawks fan, I have to say, if not for that special teams gaffe handing Seattle a free 7 points, that game really could have gone either way. The Patriots are not to be counted out in this game, but the Steelers are the better team. I'm going to go with Pittsburgh to win 24-20. Now for the Packers at the Browns. And after getting pummeled by the Ravens, the Browns now get the luxury of getting pummeled by the Packers. Of course, it's far too early to count the Lions out, but the Packers are looking like they might be fighting for the NFC North crown. So I'm going to take Green Bay in this one, 27-13. Next up is the Jets at the Buccaneers. And while the Jets looked really promising against Pittsburgh, that completely evaporated in week 2. As for the Buccaneers, once again, I'm recording this before they play in week 2, but I have no reason not to think they're one of the better teams in the NFC. I'm gonna pick Tampa here, 26-21. Now for the Broncos at the Chargers. And it's looking very scary for anyone who thought that the Broncos were a Super Bowl contender. I thought that was, a tad premature. I like the Broncos a lot, but they're not there yet. And I think the Chargers are just a better team. I'm gonna take the Chargers to win 23-20. And now for the Saints at the Seahawks. And if the Seahawks find a way to blow this game, I just truly do not know what to say. I mean, I will say the Saints have put up more of a fight than I would have expected them to in the first 2 weeks of the year, but I still don't have any reason to believe in them. I'm going to take the Seahawks 24-13, but if they mess this one up, well, I mean, I guess it's not anything I'm not used to. Now for the Cowboys at the Bears. And never in a million years would I have expected Cowboys-Giants to be a Game of the Year candidate, but here we are. The Cowboys picked up a thrilling win against the Giants. I mean, good job, I guess. Meanwhile, the Bears got a 50 burger dropped on them. Let's just say I definitely would not be feeling good right now if I was a Bears fan. Although really, when have Bears fans ever gotten to feel good in the last 2 decades? I think the Cowboys take this one 27-23. Now for the Cardinals at the 49ers. And both of these teams are 2-0 somehow. I really couldn't begin to tell you how. Anyways, this is a pretty even matchup. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the Cardinals swept the 49ers last year, so that has to be considered at least. But I think the 49ers are going to get their revenge here, even though I truthfully think the Cardinals have been the better team so far. I'm taking San Fran 24-21. And on Sunday Night Football, we got the Chiefs at the Giants. And normally I would very sarcastically say that this is an exciting game, but honestly, who knows at this point. The elephant in the room here is that the Chiefs, the mighty Chiefs, are 0-2 right now. Now, I'm not ready to say the Chiefs are washed, but this might be an actual real down year for the Chiefs. Something unheard of for pretty much as long as I've been paying close attention to football. The Giants looked like 2 completely different teams in week 1 and week 2, so honestly, who knows what's going on with them. I think Kansas City finally picks up that first win, 26-23. And to close out week 3, we got an absolutely incredible game that I won't be able to watch. The Lions at the Ravens. The Lions definitely bounced back and then some in week 2, and so did the Ravens. However, if I'm being honest, I think the Ravens looked like the better team against Buffalo. They just, in classic Ravens fashion, choked. But in a vacuum, I think the Ravens are a contender for the best team in the league, if they can get their defense sorted out, that is. As for the Lions, obviously they're still one of the best teams in the league, but it's hard to know how good they're gonna be. As of now, I think Baltimore is the better team, and given that they also have home field advantage, I think they're gonna take this one. I'm gonna pick the Ravens to win a 34-31 thriller. And there's all my picks. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.